I almost forgot to plug the microphone in. That might help. All right, everybody, welcome to the stream here. I am Jayhawk. This is the WWF 1979 and on universe, currently at WWE 2K25. We are here August 2nd, 1979 from the Steel Pier in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And an accurate reminder, no August 4th edition of Championship Wrestling due to the calendar limitations of the game. We're kind of fudging things accidentally to get all the Steel Pier shows in. But this one gonna be a very interesting lineup here. We got a 6-match card ready here for you. We've got our championship match, North American champion Ted DiBiase defending against Dominic DuNucci in our opener. The main event is Patterson, still looking for an opportunity at that North American Championship. He'll be in the main event tonight against Tony Atlas. We got a big 6-man tag team match. We talk about the Valiant brothers fallout. Yep, there have been fallout with the Valiant brothers recently on television. We'll talk about that. Lot more going on here. Let's get to the ring for our opening contest here for the North American Championship. One for 1 hour time limit here at the televised house show.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, so now for those of you joining us for the first time here, sometimes we use win-loss record to determine the contender for the championship matches. In most cases, we use whoever actually got the shot at that particular night. That's what happened here in real life on August 2nd, 1979. It was Dominic DuNucci who got a shot at the North American title that was held by Patterson. In our universe, Ted DiBiase got the North American title, but Dominic DuNucci still gets that opportunity. A lot of people are going to say DuNucci doesn't deserve that shot. DuNucci got 3-5 record in individual competition. This is his first single title opportunity. And if I was going strictly by win-loss record, you'd be absolutely right. He would not be getting this shot. But we like switching things up. We've seen some stranger things happen. DiBiase comes to the ring. I know one guy on YouTube really wants Steve Travis to get another shot at the championship. That was a J Douglas 1327 on YouTube. For basically being the guy who wants to cheer Steve Travis on. We appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate all of my listeners, all of my viewers. Thank you, guys. Ted DiBiase now on his way to the ring here, the North American champion in his second title reign. Of course, we started on May 1st, and DiBiase was awarded the champion against the WWF North American champion. 8-5-1 in individual competition. 4-3 in championship matches. This is Dominic DuNucci's first championship match. And you're going to see how this match plays out here. Let's go to Mike Rome. I swear I changed that. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I'm not going to change it now anyway. Screw it.
Introducing the challenger from Milan, Italy, weighing in at 245 pounds, DiBiase. And his opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, weighing in at 260 pounds, the World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Champion, Ted.
North American Championship on the line here. 1 fall, 1 hour time limit. I do not expect this to go the full hour. DuNucci and DiBiase getting ready for this battle here. And we are underway. One fall, 1 hour time limit. The North American Championship on the line. Ted DiBiase has been making some successful defenses of that championship recently here. Won the title at the Philadelphia Spectrum on July 21st. Starting his second title reign, defeating Steve Travis. This is already his second defense of that championship. Actually, it might be his third defense. Let me double check that. Why keep note? Yeah, DiBiase's third defense of that championship. Defeated SD Jones on the 26th. Right here in Atlantic City. Then defeating Frank Williams this past Saturday on Championship Wrestling. Well, DiBiase definitely a fighting champion here. Pat Patterson failed in his opportunity back on June 23rd. He wants another shot at that North American Championship. Really definitely want to wrestle until he gets good. There's the cover here. Yet count of one, DuNucci in the early going here. DuNucci dropped the elbow. Cranking on that knee, cranking on that leg. A big knee lift there by Dominic DuNucci. Kick to the knee there. DuNucci getting ready here to his neck spot on DiBiase. Series of right and left. Pounding away on him here. I tell you, the way this match is starting. Oh, there's the big backdrop by DiBiase. Came DuNucci out to the floor. Now, honestly, if I'm DiBiase, I'm trying to do the count out here. Just get counted out. The way this match has started, looks like a new North American champion. It's only a matter of time. DiBiase slamming DuNucci down to the mat there, and there's a scrape of the boot. DiBiase getting DuNucci out, got on that guardrail here. Hey, that stranger thing could happen. That Dominic DuNucci will be becoming a Intercontinental champion, a North American champion. That could very well be what happened here in a moment. DiBiase, I wouldn't have done that. DiBiase throws DuNucci back into the ring. I would have taken the count out. Up to the top rope. Beautiful job by our number 3 camera there. DiBiase misses the knee drop. Go for the cover anyway. He may have grazed him with his fist on the way down. He was trying to break and fall. Got a 2 count. DiBiase now picking up Dominic DuNucci. Slammed him down to the mat. So DiBiase going for that falling elbow drop. That could do it. 1, 2, 3. What, 3:34 looks like.
Here's your winner, and still World Wrestling Northern Heavyweight Champion,
That falling elbow drop from the middle turnbuckle, that blind elbow, gets DiBiase the win. I'll tell you, the first 2 minutes of that match were all DuNucci. It looked like we were going to see a changing of the guard. DiBiase was able to take control. DiBiase now moved his overall record up to 9-5-1 in individual competition. And 5-3 in title matches. DuNucci now 3-6 overall, 0-1 in championship opportunity. And this one's going to be interesting. The game set this one up. The only 2 matches I had that we were definitely doing when this started was the DiBiase-DuNucci match and the Iron Sheik Putski match. I kind of let the game, with the exception of the Patterson Atlas main event, keep everything else as is and just updated time limit. But this one I'm letting go. It's no holds barred between SD Jones and Bruno Sammartino. Let's go ahead and get this one started. FD Jones going to be making its 15th individual appearance. 5-9 overall. Bruno 3-1 overall in his 4 appearances so far. Yeah, I believe we're getting ready to go to Mike Rome here for the introduction call.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match. Making his way to the ring from Mali, weighing in at 260 pounds, SD Jones.
SD Jones making his way to the ring here. Special Delivery Jones, 5-9 overall. So a guy who does win on occasion. He got a shot at that North American title recently. Shot that Patterson was really angry about. Mainly because he had just beaten SD Jones a few days prior. So Patterson actually had an argument.
And his opponent from Abruzzo, Italy, weighing in at 265 pounds, the living legend, Bruno Sammartino.
Okay, you may have seen on your screen there, SD Jones leaving the ring here. He's going to show the living legend, Larry Kravitko, and I even at that feud yet. The living legend, Bruno Sammartino, going to give the legend the ring here. 2-time former WWF champion. Recently had a rivalry with Bob Backlund. Listen to the crowd cheering. The cheering a brookie. That's what we're going to go with. There's the collar and elbow tie-up headbutt there by FD Jones right off the bat. FD Jones getting the win here would be a huge upset. Let's call it like it is. Would definitely be an upset for FD Jones to beat Bruno Sammartino, but oh, big swinging dick get punched there by FD Jones right off the bat here. No hold barred means no disqualifications, no count out. Pinfall or submission must take place inside the ring. No time limit. They're going to go until we get a winner. Bow and arrow submission here by SD Jones. Bruno rolls over into a cover, but SD kicked out before the referee can get down to make that count. Guide headlock and all big right hand there by Bruno. Dropping the elbow. I'm curious here, you got 2 fan favorites in the ring with the no-hold-barred stipulation. If either one of them are going to make a run to go after weapons, it looks like Bruno might be. Bruno reaching underneath the ring apron there, he grabs a baseball bat, slides back in the ring. SD was going to go out after him. And Bruno actually dropped the bat, and SD comes back in. Drop. SD Jones over that top rope, going for the cover here. 1, 2, and that is all. Count of 2. Bruno Sammartino on top of FD Jones there. Here he can stomp now to the chest. Bruno now running off the rope, and a version of a drop kick there by Bruno. Interesting move there. Bruno calling FD Jones back to his feet. Match has been virtually all Bruno Sammartino in the opening couple of minutes here. 2 minutes in, very little offense for FD Jones. Now Bruno goes to work on the knee. Guide headlock takeover, nicely executed. Looking cranking on that headlock. That's the kind of pressure turns into more than just a rest hold. FD able to kick out of it. Bruno waits for FD to get back to his feet. Stomping away, springboard stomp. Go for the cover here, referee. Don't know how the referee could see FD's left shoulder from that position, but FD does kick out. Bruno going for a table. Slides that table underneath FD Jones in the ring here. We'll see if we actually end up using this move or not here. throwing FD back in the ring, going for a cover. Only a count of one. I'll tell you, FD Jones looking pretty good here so far. And by looking pretty good so far, I mean he's still fighting. He's still trying to kick out. Still trying to take it to Bruno. There's a nice drop kick by FD Jones. Finally getting some offense in. There's a cover. I don't think he's going to get it here. He's too close to the rope, even if he had an opportunity at that. Count of one. Bruno shoving FD Jones back there, trying to keep FD from taking it to the floor. Bruno now fireman carry, drop FD Jones over that top turnbuckle. And now Bruno going to take advantage of these no-hold-barred stipulations. Got the table up on the west side. Goes out of the ring for some reason. I don't know what that was about. That mirror over, coming off in a running boot to the face. That table may not even come into play. Bruno with a toe hold. Bruno, he focused on the torso, he focused on the head, he focused on the leg. Like he basically working over FD's entire body. Kick to the chest there. Bruno now cutting up FD. Climbing up onto the middle rope. Went for a flying tackle. FD sidestepped it. Nicely done. Gonna give FD an opportunity. FD whipped Bruno into that table. Bruno's the one to introduce the table, and he gets flapjack through it. Now FD Jones grabs that baseball bat, and again, Bruno introduced it. Bruno introduced that baseball bat. He introduced that table. They both ended up hurting him here. Bruno roped to the outside, tried to buy himself a second. Comes back in, catching FD napping with a right hand there. Big atomic drop. FD Jones busted open. You can see the blood flowing from the forehead of FD Jones. I gotta think Bruno maybe one or two moves away. Bruno grabs that baseball bat, level FD in the head with it again. Here comes FD fighting back. Small package. Could be surprising the former champion, no. Bruno kicking up for a count there. FD again, asking Bruno get to his feet, begging Bruno get to his feet. Gotta think at this point in the match, we're nearly 6 minutes into the matchup here. You've got to think that the next big move is going to end it here. Double chicken wing here, getting Bruno into that face first in that top turnbuckle. And a big double axe handle, go for the cover. It's thick enough. With the upset, no, Bruno getting that left shoulder up, whoa, with that cloak. And Bruno rolls to the outside. Disc gets punched. Remember, there were no count out. No disqualification. Pinfall or submission has to take place inside the ring. FD Jones slamming Bruno face first into the ring floor here. New Jersey Athletic Commission forcing us to put the mat on the floor. Oh, FD threw a chair at Bruno. Did not connect with it. Both men back into the ring here. And Bruno catching FD Jones with that Sammartino backbreaker. That's how Bruno beat Buddy Rogers, and that's how he's going to beat FD Jones.
Here is your winner, the first superstar, Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, a hell of a match there. 7 minutes and 2 seconds, Bruno Sammartino defeats FD Jones. Give FD all the credit in the world for staying in that matchup. That moved Bruno Sammartino to 4-1 overall. FD Jones 5-10 in individual competition with that loss. And remember, individual competition is any match where you're on your own. So that singles match, basically singles match and battle royal, triple threats and 4-ways don't exist in 1979. that Battle Royal will count as a standing. If you ever get to a point where Andre the Giant's like 8-1 or whatever, you probably lost the Battle Royal. 6-man tag team action coming up here, 1 fall, 30 minutes. The 2 remaining Valiant brother teaming with Bob Backlund. We'll discuss that in a little bit here. Taking on Johnny Rod, Koke Estrada, and Roddy Piper. We'll explain all of it here once the match gets started. It'll be 1 fall, 30 minutes. Okay, I might have to pay attention to the copyright notification on this freaking music because I guess on you having
is a 6-man tag team match, and at a combined weight of 496 pounds, luscious Valiant and handsome Jimmy Valiant.
Okay, we talked about the 2 remaining Valiant brothers. If you missed the last episode of Championship Wrestling, dated July 28th. We'll talk about after the introduction. Here we got the former WWF champion and North American champion about to come to the ring here.
And their partner from Minnesota, weighing in at 234 pounds, Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund makes his way to the ring here. July 28th, we had a match with Ivan Putski against Jerry Valiant. Putski defeated Jerry Valiant. Jimmy Valiant came out. He was going to feud with Putski at the time. We thought he was going to go after Putski. He attacked Jerry Valiant. And Putski ended up making the save. Now, Jerry did team with Jimmy and part of an 8-man, with Johnny, I mean, part of an 8-man elimination matchup at the Garden this past Monday night. But basically, Lou Albano, he wants very little to do with Jerry Valiant if he can help it. He does not want anything to do with
at a combined weight of 469 pounds, the Superstar and Jose.
Okay, Estrada and Johnny Rod making their way to the ring here. Captain Lou Albano got there and said, hey, we asked Jerry Valiant to take out Ivan Putski, make sure he was not a thorn on our side. He didn't get the job done. You don't get the job done around here, you don't stick around very long. So Jerry Valiant is still with the company. He's on his own. Now, Johnny had got there and said that he loves his brother Jerry. He may team up with him on occasion. Jimmy wants nothing to do with him.
From Glasgow, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper making his way to the ring here. We got, of course, Piper on loan from the Los Angeles territory. We'll see Piper through the end of August, and then that'll be it for a while. Piper may show up from time to time. Part of the reason we do the win-loss records, like if we need a tournament for a vacant title, those win-loss records will go to the guide. You know, which of those championship matches, you know, who can be in those tournaments. So a guy like Ernie Ladd, who's no longer under contract, but did very well for himself while he was here, could very well be brought back in for, say, a North American title tournament if that title becomes vacant. Or there's rumors of a South American championship coming to the World Wrestling Federation in the near future. Could see Ernie Ladd show up in that tournament. Bell is gone. We are officially underway. Okay, Estrada flipping. Johnny Valiant over here. Again, 1 fall, 30-minute time limit. A lot of times the 6-man tag team matches are 2 out of 3 falls. Just 1 fall here in Atlantic City this week. Of course, we will be here at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City through the end of August. We've got opportunity to see unique matchups like this. August 18th, we'll be back at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Johnny Valiant with a running boot to the head there of Jose Estrada. Go for the cover. This referee has a habit of hitting people faking when she's going for cover. She did that like 3 times at the Garden, too. Count of 2. And the tag made to Jimmy. Or Bob Backlund recently turning on Bruno Sammartino, jealous of all the attention Bruno Sammartino got during Backlund's world title reign. Backlund not necessarily a friend of the Valiant, but there's a nerve hold here by Jimmy Valiant onto Jose Estrada. And of course, for those of you new to the 2K25 universe as well here, in the tag team matches, if you come in to make a save, if you come in illegally, you can only do that once until you're tagged back in. After that, that's it. That's honestly the main reason a lot of these tag team and six-man tag team matches don't go the time limit, is that rule being put into effect. Johnny Rodz now in the ring with Jimmy Valiant, working him over. Jimmy Valiant, former North American champion. Held the belt for 7 days. Airplane spin here by Johnny Rodz. I love this move. Bringing Valiant down, gonna go over. I thought he was gonna make a tag, instead he's showboating, and that allows Johnny Valiant to tag in. That's one of the things that annoys me in these games, like, all the freaking time. But I don't get any cake-go on it. Not my call. But Jimmy Valiant had defeated Ted DiBiase on May 26th to win North American title, lost it to Ernie Ladd 7 days later on Championship Wrestling. And so, double tackle in the ring here with Rodz and Piper. And Piper is the legal man. Estrada was working on trying to keep Johnny Valiant on the floor, but Johnny is back in the ring here. Piper now up on the middle turnbuckle. Now, because there was a tag made leading that double team, that does not take the save away. Everybody still has all their saves at this point. Piper now up onto the top rope here. What's he going for? He's got Johnny Valiant, Johnny Valiant comes up to his feet. Big flying punch there. Going for the cover. Johnny Valiant's foot is under that bottom rope. Backlund comes in the ring. That's going to basically wait to save. But that count never should have started because Johnny Valiant's foot was clearly under that bottom rope. Johnny Valiant's just now gone. It's just now no longer under that bottom rope. Johnny Valiant with a roll up, grabbing a handful of tights here, trying to sneak one in on Piper, gets the count of 1. Close to 2. Our thanks to Mike LaBelle in Los Angeles for allowing us to use Roddy Piper for July and again we'll have him for the rest of August as well. Nerve hold here by Johnny Valiant on to Piper. Piper's done very well for himself so far. Greatly appreciated tag made here to Bob Backlund. So that clears their cave back up. But Piper's done very well for himself. He's teamed with the WWF champion Tito Santana. He's undefeated in individual competition so far. So love to get Roddy Piper back in the company at some point someday. Backlund now is going to go, Backlund's going to the outside, now back in. I don't know what Backlund was thinking there. Now Backlund up on the middle rope on the inside. Drops the elbow. And the double axe handle there to a heated Roddy Piper. Going for a cover here. 5 minutes have gone by. 25 minutes remain in the 30 minutes high limit. That was a lot closer than I expected off of that. Piper with the right hand. Fighting. Oh, and there's a high knee. Catching him there. Whip Backlund into the rope here. Going for a running bulldog. Yes. Going for the cover. Johnny Valiant's going to come in for the save. Now again, Johnny Valiant will not be allowed back in the ring without a tag. Piper looked like he was going to go for the sleeper. Backlund counter with an elbow. Shoulder block knocks him down. Backlund again playing to the crowd, allows Piper to tag out. Backlund comes right in on Johnny Rodz with almost like a running headbutt. Backlund's going to work on Rod's arm. Remember the cross-face chicken wing, Backlund's pet move. Utilize, work on the arms, work on the neck. And the torque to a point. And speaking of that cross-face chicken wing, there it is. Piper's going to come in and not take any chances. I don't think he would have had him this early. Not a lot of damage was done, but Piper's not going to take any chances. He makes the save. Now Piper will not be allowed back in without a tag. Johnny Valiant not allowed back in without a tag. We got one save remaining on each side. Hip toss there. Rodz, I thought was going to go for the tag. Instead, he's removing that top turnbuckle pad. Referee's wasting no time. She's going to go and put that turnbuckle pad back on. Did that right in front of the referee. Dropping the elbow. And Rod's going to throw. This match does not count for win-loss record. Just a lot of pride on the line here, but still important for momentum. Rod's going to try to do better as a team than they do individually. Estrada now pulling Backlund to the center of the ring here. Jimmy Valiant's going to come in and make the save here. Now Backlund's team does not have a save remaining. Backlund's going to have to tag out. He is on his own until he can make a tag. There's the leg sweep. Boston Crab coming up here. Nicely done. Referee waving that off. And the tag made to Jimmy Valiant, so that'll recut one save at least. Backlund will be able to make a save. A smart thing to do would be to tag Johnny Valiant right in here, get your save back, but Rodz going out onto the apron, trying to buy himself some time. Valiant went for a shoulder block and misjudged where Rodz was. Did not make contact. He brings Rodz back into the ring here. There's the whip. Looked like he was going for an elbow, kind of turned that into a backbreaker on the way down. There's the whip reversal. Big elbow. Same thing there. Rodz with that same move. It looked like an elbow drop turned into a backbreaker. Now the tag made to Jose Estrada. I might have made that tag to Piper just to get that save back, but now there's the tag to Johnny Valiant. And there's the clothesline. Hey, it may be a good thing we got the time limit set here to everybody keep making their save. There's that whip ducking underneath and right under the referee. Referee's getting pissed, but I mean, you kind of had it coming. When you were counting earlier, you were smacking Estrada in the face. You kind of had it coming. Tag made to Jimmy Valiant here, the Valiant brother. Double team effort there, nicely executed. Okay, for what it's worth, the longest match in the history of the series. Looking at Madison Square Garden this past Monday, 26-34, with an 8-man elimination tag team match. Well, this match has a long way to go before it tops that. Valiant now with a Boston Crab of his own on Estrada. Johnny Rodz comes in to make the save, so now Estrada is on his own unless he can make a tag. Jimmy Valiant looked like he was going to go after Rodz there, kind of against it. Cover him now, they can't make a save. 10 minutes have gone by in this match here, 20 minutes remaining in the time that big running knee lift. Stomp to the shoulder there by Jimmy Valiant, and here comes small package by Estrada. He's going to get here. No count. Oh, big relief German suplex there. Rod's going to make the tag to Piper. Estrada making the tag to Piper, I'm sorry. Piper going for I thought he was going to go for a power driver. It's going to turn that into kind of a reverse power bomb, for lack of a better term. And now Piper going to go to work on the leg here of handsome Jimmy Valiant, pounding away on that ankle, the ankle and the knee. Piper heading up to the top rope here. Big flying elbow drop, catching him, go for the cover. 1, 2, and yeah, count of 2. Okay. Tag made there to Johnny Rodz. Rodz now whipping Valiant into the rope. Big shoulder tackle, knocked him down. Still got to give the edge at this point on if going on point to the Valiant brothers and Bob Backlund, but we don't score any matches on point. If the match ends up going the entire 30 minutes, it will be a draw. Russian leg sweep. Rodz doing that too close to the corner and showboating instead of following up. They're back with a back suplex, and Rodz landed on top of Valiant there as well. Backlund pulling Rodz away from the rope, go for the cover. Jimmy Valiant is still in the ring. Rodz and Estrada and Piper both came in to try to make the save and missed.
Here are your winners.
Definitely an interesting finish to that one. Backlund pins Estrada. Look at Rodz. I'm not going to go back and look at the replay, but Luke Rodz, I believe, back suplex. From 12-12. We're halfway through here, guys. More great action still to come. We got one fall, 20-minute time limit. The great Volcano Lab, the Iron Sheik, taking on Ivan Putski, one fall, 20. Should be a tremendous matchup coming up here. Probably like some winning record.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Tehran, Iran, weighing in at 258 pounds, the Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik making his way to the ring here. In this era, he was known as Cocaine Arab. 7-6 in individual competition, getting ready to take on Ivan Putski, who is 7-4. In individual competition. A tremendous matchup getting ready to take place here at Atlantic City Steel Pier. Remember, no episode of Championship Wrestling. No episode of Championship Wrestling due to the way the calendar is situated here.
And his opponent from Warsaw, Poland, weighing in at 245 pounds, Ivar Putski.
We will be doing another edition of WWF at the Steel Pier after the stream, most likely. Depending on some things here. This weather report is looking odd, to say the least. We'll have to see, but one fall with a 20-minute time here. Ivan Putski with a better winning position. Both men with 7 wins to their credit so far. Putski with fewer losses and fewer matches. There's the bell. We are underway, and Putski with a big forearm right off the bat, gets a count of 1. There he came very close. Very close to having a pin in the first 10 seconds of the matchup here. Sheik pushes Putski back to the rope, and that's going to force a break. Still to come after this, Chief J. Strongbow, Greg the Hammer Valentine will be our next matchup. We'll close it out with Pat Patterson against Tony Atlas. A couple of great matches to close off the show here. And Strongbow finally got the monkey off his back with a defeat of Valentine at Madison Square Garden inside a cage. Now some technical wrestling back and forth here. I would think that Sheik would have the advantage here. Cranking on that headlock. Still cranking at that headlock. He had that headlock on probably a good 15 to 20 seconds. Takes him down with it. Continuing to hang on to that headlock. Headlock's been probably a good 30 seconds so far. Cranking on it again. Okay, Putski looked like he was trying to wave the match off there, like he wanted a commission. Referee didn't call it at any rate. Sheik finally break, and he had to have had that headlock on for close to 45 seconds though. Heads up to the top rope. Waiting for Putski to get to his feet. That might be a mistake. And a big flying forearm, flying punch maybe to the back of the head. And a series of punches just leveling Putski there. Now cranking back on the chin lock here. He got this applied. Applied very well. Arm drag takedown there by Putski. Nicely done. Into a knee lift. We've seen this from Putski before where he starts off slow and then just catches that Polish hammer out of nowhere and gets the win. A lot of Putski's matches have ended that way. Putski actually looked like he might be bleeding from the right side of his face. Hard to tell from here. No, maybe not. Maybe it might just be the lighting. Now we got a fairly good look at it there. A little bruising it looked like, but not a cut. Got underneath, but we'll keep an eye on that. Hip toss there by the Iron Sheik. Go for a cover. One. Count of one is all she can get there. Now there's Putski going for a fall away slam there. Slam from forward. Go for the cover. Only the count of one. And now a bear hug by Putski. One of Putski's pet moves. We've seen him get some wins with that before. Referee saying that Sheik is not committing, and Sheik breaks the hold. A double ear slap right to the side of the face. And catching Putski with that Kaito suplex. He's won a lot of matches with that, and will he win this one? He will. 3:43 at the time of the fall.
Here is your winner, the Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik with that Kaito suplex. Very nicely executed there. Moves Iron Sheik to an 8-6 record overall. Putski down to 7-5. Putski still with a higher winning percentage, so he'll still be ranked higher than Sheik in the official rankings, but big win there for the Sheik. Help move himself up. We got 2 matches to go. Semi-final action coming up here. Chief J. Strongbow, Greg the Hammer Valentine, 1 fall, 20 minutes. I'm going to kind of rush the in-between of these next 2 matches here. I got to let my wife out because she can go to work here in a little bit. I'm trying to rush through this here so I can do that when I need to. Could not wait for the stop having to run this match, but
The following is scheduled for 1 fall, making his way to the ring from Oklahoma, weighing in at 247 pounds, Keith J. Storm O.
Chief J. Strongbow making his way to the ring. Chief J. Strongbow finally got the albatross off from around his neck. This past Monday Mannequin for Garden, he had a steel cage match with the opponents tonight. Greg the Hammer Valentine finally got a win after losing 5 straight to Valentine. I'm going to bet there's going to be at least one more match between these two after this, if not more. Strongbow 5-8-1 overall, about ready to take on Greg Valentine, who is 9-4-1 overall. Strongbow definitely a crowd favorite here.
And his opponent from Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 243 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine making his way to the ring here. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Valentine won the feud. I mean, Valentine's only with us till the end of October at this point. Like, there's no way. I mean, at this point, if I book this match every show until the end of October, maybe Strongbow would get credit for it, but you could overtake it. But that is not going to happen. Valentine, a former WWF champion, the man who defeated Bob Backlund to win Backlund Crane, only held it for about 9 days before losing to DiBiase, but Valentine is a former world champion. Taking on Chief J. Strongbow here. The crowd is ready for action. I gotta double check those. Well, it's gone. We are underway here, and Valentine now with a waist lock. And get some technical wrestling right off the bat here. He got that cranked in. Hey, look at that. He got Strongbow caught. Should be noted on record that virtually every regular one-on-one match has gone to Valentine. It was the cage match that Strongbow finally won. So we'll see if that pattern continues to hold or not. Valentine with a knee to the face. Leveling Strongbow there. Okay, Valentine under contract to the end of October. Okay. Count of one, almost two. Almost two, but not quite. I thought I had a pencil on my desk here. Do I not? I must not. Okay. I thought I did. Okay, I'll make a quick note with a pen then. Collar and elbow tie up again here. Valentine again into a wrist lock. If this turns into a technical masterpiece, it's going to go in Valentine's favor. I mean, that's just how it's going to end up going. Guide headlock there by Valentine. He got Chief locked in. Waist lock again, catching him. Waist lock again by Valentine. He's got Strongbow locked in here. Strongbow counting with a snapmare into a reverse chin lock. I do have to admit, I like the chain wrestling aspect of this game. I love the fact that it's there. Valentine now rolling that into a hammerlock. Strongbow looked like he might have been calling about a pull of the hair there. We didn't see it from our vantage point. Valentine continuing to lock that hammerlock in. And again, if this stays with chain wrestling, it's going to be Greg Valentine's match to win at that point. Lyman carry into an armbar here by Chief J. Strongbow. So far, tremendous action there. The arm drag takedown by Strongbow, catching him in a big high knee. He's got Valentine down. Springboard off that middle rope with a forearm. Got Valentine down again, not going for the cover. Valentine ducked underneath that forearm attempt there, just suplexed Strongbow out of its boot. Strongbow rolled to the floor. Thank you, Jimmy, for following. Greatly appreciated. Glad to have you aboard. Valentine with the arm ringer now. Strongbow leveling with that forearm again. A 10 count on the floor if you're just joining us. If you're new to WWE, a 10 count on the floor. Got to get back in the ring before the 10 count in order to keep the match going. They both do. They're well ahead of schedule there. Nice knee lift. Another knee lift there by Chief J. Strongbow. Calling for Valentine to get to his feet. And there's that sleeper hold. Strongbow won a lot of matches with that. Valentine quickly grabbed that top rope, saving the match at least momentarily. And a big forearm there by the Chief. Ran off the rope, tried to hit a double axe handle. Valentine moved out of the way. There's a cradle here by Valentine. Took a second to get the shoulder down. Got two out of it. There's a stomp there by Valentine and an elbow drop. Valentine attempting to go after Strongbow again here. Jericho right and left. Pounding away on him. Slamming Strongbow face first that turnbuckle. Strongbow coming back with the elbow. Dropping Valentine throat first on that top rope. Now what we got here, there go, whip into the rope there, ducked underneath. Strongbow with a leapfrog. I can't really complain about Strongbow doing a leapfrog when he's doing springboard moonsaults in this game, but there we are. Valentine now with a body slam drop from throat first. Over that top rope. And coming off the rope here, and a big running clothesline by Valentine. 5 minutes have gone by, 15 minutes remaining in the 20-minute time limit. Valentine in complete control at this point here. Okay, Strongbow finally got that win in that cage match at the Garden on Monday night. Now he's having what probably a most competitive non-stipulation match against Valentine in the entire feud, which has spanned 3 months now. The feud's been going on since we started the series in May. Knee drop to the shoulder there. Valentine now. Here he goes right and left. Oh, he got. Oh! T-bone. He hurt himself doing that move. Hurt him going back. But he got Strongbow down. Probably put him away. He wasted too much time there. Didn't seem to know what he wanted to do next. And that gives Strongbow a chance to bring him down. Collar and elbow tie up here. Whips Valentine into the referee. Strongbow whipped him in. Jawbreaker there by Valentine out of nowhere. Valentine now go for a small package driver. Strongbow is down. Should have gone for the pin right there. Decided not to. Give Strongbow a chance to get to his feet. Wrenches that leg. The Dragon Screw going to be enough for the pin? It is. Gets 40 the time. Good match.
Here is your winner, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg Valentine with a Dragon Screw leg whip. Gets the win. We got one more match to go. Our main event is next. With that win here, Valentine moves up to 10-4-1. The second wrestler to get 10 wins. Outside of our champion, Tito Santana. That's 9 losses now for Chief J. Strongbow. 5-9-1 overall. And it's main event time. Pat Patterson and Tony Atlas. Again, I do have to take a break here in a couple of minutes to let make sure I move my car because my wife can get out of the driveway and get to work. So we're going to try to rush through this next match so I can let her out. 1 fall 20. We get ready for action here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Patterson!
Pat Patterson making his way to the ring. 4-4-1 overall at this point here. Four, 4-1 overall. Patterson feels that he is the #1 contender to the North American Championship. He had one opportunity on that to win that belt back in June, was unsuccessful. That North American title defended so often. Very difficult.
And his opponent from Richmond, Virginia, weighing in at 252 pounds, Tony Atlas.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas coming to the ring. 2-0 in individual competition so far. This match, this being his third match here. You have to have a minimum of 3 matches to be eligible to be a top contender for one of the major championships. So this match will make Atlas officially eligible for the top 10. The crowd getting ready for action here. 1-fall-20, our main event here at the Steel Pier in Atlantic City. Nice dropkick by Pat Patterson right off the bat. Thought he might be getting ready to go for a pin there. Does not. He's waiting for Patterson to get to his feet. Springboard coming. Patterson with that Edouard Carpentier style roll through into the neck breaker. Very nicely executed. That's that French Canadian background. I'm sorry, that San Francisco background. We're just going to ignore the Pat Patterson French Canadian. Despite the fact that he's got a very heavy French Canadian accent. Patterson now can't tell what that is from this vantage point. If it's a claw hold, if it's a nerve hold. Yeah, it's a claw hold. Atlas fighting out of it here. Atlas with a forearm to the back. Stomps a little ankle there. Don't let it end on a stomp to the ankle. Atlas now picking him up and slamming him down. Gut-wrench suplex. Atlas up all the way up to the top rope. What's he doing here? Oh, catching him. Oh, nice forearm shot there by Atlas back in the ring. Atlas avoiding that shot there. Patterson now leveling him here. There's a wrist lock. Nicely done there. Oh, nice inverted wheelbarrow suplex there. Going for the cover. Count of 2. The game referee always hits people in the face. It's only this referee, too. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's honestly like there's somebody just really hates women in this game and makes the female referee incompetent enough to slap people in the face when they're going for pin. Tremendous balance there by Pat Patterson to do that springboard leg drop. Somehow falling backwards and to the side off of that. Oh, big clothesline knocked Atlas to the floor. As far as Patterson concerned, a count-out win that good like a pinfall, but he's going to go out after Atlas anyway. DDT right on the floor. The referee actually did restart the count. We've seen times where she has not restarted the count when the second man's gone to the floor. She did this time. Gonna send Patterson back into the ring here. Got Patterson getting Atlas back in the ring here. I got that confused. Patterson trying to prove the Grove got an opportunity at that North American Championship here. Galacay probably winning the match on point, I can stand right now. Again, that Edouard Carpentier style neckbreaker. Going up to the top rope, they've done a knee drop off the top. We've seen him win matches with that before. That bomb away knee drop. Waiting for Atlas to get to his feet. He may be looking to put him away right here. Atomic drop. Patterson won matchup with that as well. Is that going to do it? 1, 2. Slapping Atlas in the face, but getting a 3 count. That's unreal. It's only the referee. It is only the referee.
Here is your winner, Patterson.
Pat Patterson, 342, gets the win. Moved to 5-4-1 overall. Tony Atlas now 2-1 overall. Still putting him in decent shape in the top 10 rankings, but he will not be the number 1 contender. And we're going to wrap up this portion of the stream here. We are going to do another edition of the Steel Pier, next week's Steel Pier show momentarily. After an intermission to cut up the show, and whenever my wife needs to leave the house here, let her out. But let's go over the results real quick here. Ted DiBiase retaining the North American Championship with a win over Dominic DuNucci. That is now 3 successful title defenses for DiBiase. A no-hold-barred match, a lot more wild than I was expecting it to be, in all honesty. Bruno Sammartino defeating SD Jones. Johnny and Jimmy Valiant teaming with Bob Backlund, a 6-man tag team win over Hogan Estrada, Johnny Rodz, and Roddy Piper in the longest match of the night. Sheik defeating Ivan Putski. Greg Valentine getting a win over Chief J Strongbow. And the main event with Tony Atlas losing to Pat Patterson. That is going to do it for Steel Pier here for August 2nd, 1979. For those of you watching live on Twitch, stick around. We're going to take an intermission here. Not sure how long that intermission is going to be. It's long enough to cut up the next show. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Look for the next drop of the video. Like, subscribe, all that happy fun stuff. All the links to the social are in the description. That's going to do it for me for right now, guys. If you're on Twitch, we'll be back in a little bit. If not, if you're on YouTube, see you a little later.